Hi everyone, Bob here. So today I'm going to do a very quick video on spraying latex. Something that I had trouble finding anything about, really. So that's why we've got all this going on in the background. So I'm going to just go through what I use, and then hopefully in a minute I'll actually do a little bit of spraying and you can see what I do. Okay, so first of all, you've got latex. So this is the one I use generally. It's just this standard latex. You just want to make sure it's got 60% solids and you'll be good to go. The other thing we've got here is some latex thickener. Now, to be honest with you, you don't really need this when you're spraying. Generally, the latex comes out at about the right consistency without mixing. However, if you do find you're getting a lot of runs and it is coming out a little bit thin, you can add a very, very small amount of that, and that will just thicken it up just enough to spray it. One of the big misconceptions I had was that you needed to thin the latex down. You don't. In fact, that really doesn't help at all. So I would recommend just leaving it at the thickness that it comes out of the tin. What I actually do is I add a little bit of paint to the latex. Two reasons. First of all, it thickens it up a little bit, and second of all, you can see where you've been spraying. So this is my spray gun. It's just a cheap standard sort of spray gun. I think this is a 1.5 mil nozzle on there with a gravity fed cup on the top. And then my compressor, oops, step over my chair. So my compressor is a 24 litre electric compressor. You can get these for anywhere really between 50 and 100 quid. They are noisy. I've already primed this one now, so this one's ready to go. But they are very noisy when they're running. So make that consideration. Have a look at the decibel levels of the one that you're thinking about buying, especially if you're in a built-up area with neighbours. You might want to try and get a quieter one if possible. Unless you're spraying absolutely tons of stuff, then an electric one like this, 24 litre, is perfectly fine. If you do think you're going to be spraying a bit more, perhaps go up to the next size, but I've found this one to be absolutely fine with no problems. Okay, so then the next thing that you're going to need is somewhere to spray. So I'm very lucky, I have a shed. So I have made myself a bit of a spray booth, and all that is a bunch of dust sheets which I've pegged up around in a sort of square place to contain the overspray. So just a quick word on that as well. Overspray, it's going to get everywhere. So you know, unless you've got a purpose-made spray booth, then you know you are going to get it everywhere. So make sure there's nothing in the area where that you're going to be spraying that you don't want to have overspray on. All right, and that includes yourself. So make sure you're wearing, especially if you're like me and you're a bit hairy on your arms, make sure you're wearing a long sleeve top, a hat or a hoodie, a mask, and you want to wear goggles. To be honest with you, I just wear my glasses. It's okay for me, but I would recommend you getting goggles as well, because it really does get everywhere. It gets in your hair, it gets everywhere. So make sure you cover yourself up when spraying. Okay, that's about it really. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some latex in the sprayer, and I've got a dagger and a couple of wands here that I'm about to do. So I'm going to just spray those up, and you can watch me do that for 5 seconds or so. Okay, so that's the sort of very first coat on. So you can see it gives quite a nice smooth finish, really, which is obviously what you're trying to get. This is obviously only the first coat. You're going to need probably 3 or 4 more coats before we're done. The latex does go on a little bit thicker when you're spraying than when you're just using it by hand, so you probably do need less coats. But the key thing is just to have a look at it, wait for each layer to dry completely before you spray the next one, and just have a look at it, and once you're happy with the level of latex, then you're good to go. And basically once you've done that, all that's left to do there is to paint it. And again, you can just put some coloured spray in it if you want, or you can paint it by hand, up to you. Right, okay, I know it's a short one, but hope that's sort of been vaguely helpful. Thanks very much, and I'll see you next time. Ta-da!